Okay, it looks like we're live. So today's today's stream is gonna be relatively chill. I will be fixing some bugs that we found in the part 15 article, and we will also be working on the part 16 article. So I won't be talking as much today, but feel free to ask any questions that you have on the chat as usual. And when I check the chat occasionally, I will answer your questions if you have any, or if you have any questions or comments. All right, so I'm gonna get started. So today is gonna be not gonna be talking as much here, just gonna be focused on getting content out. So one thing that we found with what am I doing? Let me center the window. So one thing that we found with the content in the last stream, a couple of small bugs. The first is it seems like the health isn't working properly. So let me just have a look at that. So we have an error over here, and the error is very simple. It's just because we haven't added, it seems like we haven't added the scenes that we are using into the build settings. So probably missing some files. What's going on with Unity? So we're missing some files. Let me just set up build settings here. So the character's health bar is missing. And that is because it seems like we forgot to set the health for the character. So I think he has no health, which is why there is no health bar. Health here is 0. So we just have to, let me check if the article deals with that. I'm just gonna open up the article, have a look. Actually, before I do that, right, let's just change the codes and then let's see if that fixes this. So the code will be under player stats, and what we have to do is, there is a health stat that we have, and we're not setting the health stat. So find start function. Or the awake function, and here let's just put it health equals to actual stats. So we're missing a single line here, and by setting this, we should get that issue fixed. But now our character has a health. The other thing is that our character's rigid body, because you see the character sliding down, right? So what I'm doing here is I'm just disabling gravity on the game. I think I overwritten my project settings previously, so the gravity was set to 0 in an earlier part of the series. So by setting that to 0, we should fix the gravity issues. So there is that. Let me see if the health reduction works as well. Please get myself damaged. So I'm just gonna get myself killed just to make sure that the health stat works properly. Okay. So what we are missing, let me just head over to the blog and keep it. So here we are. And what we're missing is that the player stats script which is, where is the player stats script? There we go, player stats script. So we've got to find the awake function. And we are getting this cancelled away. I think we should also remove this line. Makes sense. Do that. So what else do we want to add? We also want to add this health equals to actual stats. There we go. So let me just get the article updated. And let's check whether updated. So stats, health. Okay, there we go. And the other issue that we have is that when the knife levels up above level 2, right? Oh, we gotta fix that collector issue. We actually have a fix in the forums. For those of you who are looking for a fix. Okay, anyway, so once we level up beyond level 1, right? Once we level up beyond level 1, okay, we've gotta work on the weapons setup a little bit. I think there was a mistake somewhere in the player inventory. So knife shouldn't be appearing twice. Anyway, if we level up the knife, right? Projectile prefab has not been set. Projectile prefab has not been set from knife control. This means that knife over here let me just increase the experience that the character gains, alright, so that we can level up faster and then we can test out our features quicker. So that will be under players, no, it's not under player stats, it's under the enemy script. This should, I think I accidentally overrode all my project settings. I'm gonna have to restore them later. So the bad enemy gives, oh, the experience isn't here, huh? Let's see, where do we set the experience? Can't remember. Oh, suppose the gems, right? Set the gems to set the experience gain. So pick up blue gem. And increase the experience that's gained. Okay, so go to the menu, start the game from there. Bias. What's wrong with the... Why is the knife spawning to them? Levels 2. Okay, just give me a moment, yeah. I'm gonna see if I can restore my project files, because this is clearly not working properly. Hi Bloggy, so you were okay, so as for making a tutorial for a game like Outer Wilds, yeah, I just started reading chat. I just saw your chat. So no plans for that at the moment. Creating a new tutorial series is going to be a lot of work, and I'm gonna be spending probably the rest of the year making this series complete first, and then we will look at other games that we want to create tutorials for. So no plans at the moment. As for Andy, you want to make a game like Harvest Moon and you've been following our tutorial series up to episode 19. So you can post your errors on the forum. Let me show you where the forum is. The forum, if you go to our the website where we host the articles, in the top right corner, you should see community forums here. So what you need to do is, for your errors, you find the appropriate forum and you just create an account and you post your issues there. And what you want to do is post a screenshot of your error as well as a screenshot of your console with all the errors showing, so that either me or Jonathan, we can look through your issue and then we can help you out from there. So I hope that answers your question. So usually we will take about 1 or 2 days to get back to you, because sometimes the errors require us to spend some time to write a response or to look through, and because we also have to try and recreate the error on our end before we are able to help you with it, or at the very least we have to look through the code that we have to see where are the potentials for errors. So you can also, before you post your error, you can also look through the forums to see if anyone has any issue that has been similar to yours, and then if there is, then you will not have to create a new topic. So I hope that answers your question. Thanks for the encouragement, Bloggy. So to be honest, I've been a little disappointed about how slow we've been growing, but it's also really reassuring every time you guys come and say that you love our tutorials, and it's great. It's a great feeling. So thanks so much. Andy, thanks for your support. So you just post your issue and then we will respond to you as soon as we can. So I'll have a look at your error after the stream, and then if I can help you with it, I will do it. Jonathan is a little busy, so I will see if he can respond to it. Otherwise, I'll let him know and then he will get back to you on your issue. Again, thanks for consuming our tutorials. Really appreciate it. Okay, I'm gonna continue weeding out bugs with our current build for the Vampire Survivor series. So just now when I was modifying the project files, so because I have a couple of versions of the Vampire Survivor series, and the reason for that is because we have one stable version, and then there's one version that we use to test out, to run through the article with. So I had to roll back my project to get the project to a point where the weapon system revamped before it was done, and then I had to run through everything again and then recreate the code. So that was how I created the article. So we are maintaining multiple versions, and I think I mixed up the files a little bit. So I'm gonna just revert my project settings, and hopefully this will solve most of the issues I'm seeing here. I'm hoping it will solve the knife issue as well, because when the knife levels up, there's 2 copies of the knife, which is not supposed to happen. Okay, now the bat isn't showing. Bat isn't showing because it's under... It's on the wrong layer. So the bat isn't showing because the bat has to be... You know what? Let me just... Okay, I shouldn't revert that. Let me just move the bat to the foreground, and then both bats to the foreground, and also the gem, right? Gotta move the gem, pick up to the foreground as well. Foreground, all in foreground. Why is the knife showing twice? I think I might be using the wrong project files. Perhaps that is why. Hi, Robert. So we're having a little bit of mix up with the files now. I think I deleted some files wrongly. And there's a little error in the script that's causing the knife to always be spawning twice. So why is the knife spawning twice? I was really hoping we didn't have to look at the script, but I think we have to. So let's have a look at that. So the inventory manager is all script, so we can ignore that. Available weapons. Does the knife always appear? Does it always appear as 2 items? Okay, so it seems like there is some problem with our implementation of the leveling up of the weapons, or rather the level up interface. So we have apply upgrade options, right? So this is where we apply the available weapons. So let me just debug everything from the beginning. Available weapon upgrades. Available passive upgrade.
First of all, what went through my mind is how stupid am I to actually volunteer for this? It was
So we have
unbelievably painful.
2 weapons. Ah gosh. Looks like I forgot to convert this to a string. String to string. So what I'm trying to do here is just doing a little bit of debugging. I'm trying to just print out all the available item upgrades and weapon upgrades just to make sure that the code is working properly. So the weapons available are knife, garlic, wings, spinach, pomerola. But when we level the knife, then everything goes haywire. And the reason for that might be because in our knife weapon data, something is not set up properly. Knife, where's the knife? So the base stats has a knife, projectile, and then linear growth, there's no knife, right? It should be how this is set up, but perhaps my code is wrong. Okay, I see what's wrong now. So forgot to uncomment this part. So this second thing that we have to rectify. So the knife projectile doesn't update properly when we add them together. So I think if we uncomment these 2 lines, everything will become fixed. It is for the leveling of the knife, and then we've got to find out why 2 copies of knife appear when we level up. Okay, so now the knife works. But we just have multiple copies of the weapon. So let me head over to the article again and can update the article with that information. So we have to uncomment projectile to uncomment the highlighted line below. Remember to uncomment the highlighted lines below. As well as Then we notice also that we update the aura prefect variable in class operator. Which is this section, this thing over here. You know, I was really dreading having to write out the article for this part because there's just so much content, and when you have a lot of content, it's, you know, it takes a lot of time to make sure the content is of certain quality, you know. So all of last year I was dreading having to do this. But as Thanos says, destiny always arrives. And I guess my destiny has arrived and I have to handle the article, which is tens of thousands of words, a lot of ass pain, you know, because just sitting on your chair for the whole day putting this together. It took me like 3 or 4 days to put this entire thing together. It was quite a journey, if I can say that. Okay, I have one mistake here. I didn't comment out this part, so this would have caused errors. Okay, so looks some of my files have finished downloading. Just give me a moment. I'm gonna go and send these files over to. So these are the files for part 15, and as I'm working on part 16 and fixing some bugs for part 15, I have an editor, Koktong. You might have seen him in the blog, in some of the blog articles. He's helping to edit and put together a video for part 15. So I've downloaded the videos and I have to send this to him. So I will be right back. Let me just get the videos over to him, yeah? Okay, you know what? It's gonna take some time for the zip files to unzip anyway, so let's continue with the article editing. Line that there's projectile prefect stats struct, so that we can assign. Remember to also and line that defines what you with the projectile prefect variable class. Also highlight it. So this means that the lines here must also be uncommented, must also be commented, otherwise this script cause errors. Do we have anything else that to update? Let's have a look. So these are all commented. Commented. So I think that's everything. Okay, that's great. Okay, what else? Let's go back to Unity and let's fix the weapon appearing multiple times. That shouldn't happen. See, it's pretty incredible, right? Fixing a couple of simple bugs. We started at 12, and it's 12:43 now. It's almost an hour already. Time flies when you're fixing bugs. It's strange because it doesn't feel like a lot of time. But then time just goes away. It's an hour is a lot of time. And it's quite surprising that bug fixing takes up so much time. So what do we have here? Determining whether this upgrade should be for passive or active weapons. And for sure we don't want the weapon to appear multiple times, right? Ensure that the selected weapon upgrade, selected weapon data is valid. So generates an active weapon upgrade. So whenever we get a weapon, the weapon should be removed, right? So this is the part that selects which weapon is upgraded, and then removes the weapon afterwards. So for this part, we have to I'm just printing out all the weapons inside. I don't think we need multiple lines of code. So you should print w.name. This should be available weapon upgrades. Available weapon upgrades. Why is the music stopped? Music is very quiet. so. Sorry, it's taking a while. It's very slow now. It's probably because I'm also processing some videos on my computer. So we have 2 copies of wings over here. Knife, garlic, knife. Okay, I'm not sure what this is saying. So I will probably have, let me just print just a line here to be able to see the before and after. So what I'm doing here is I want to see what I'm doing here is I've added this line here. This entire chunk here is because I want to see if so whenever we add a weapon to put into the interface, we are using the available weapon upgrades array. So whenever a new weapon is selected, it will never be selected again. So we will remove the weapon whenever we choose a weapon to select. So I'm checking to see if this system is working properly, whether the weapon is properly removed from the available weapon upgrades. Knife, garlic. Why do we have 2 garlics? So something is wrong here. First, I have 2 garlics. And, I shouldn't have. Oh, was the function being called twice? So there's a line here. I have 2 garlics here inside my available weapon upgrades. Shouldn't be happening, and I'm just blanked out now. I'm not sure what the problem is. Because in the original build it was working fine. So it's a little bit frustrating for me. You can see on my face. Got a what we call in, I'm not sure if it's international thing, I've got a resting bitch face now. Crazy stuff, right? Code can be so frustrating. Even after 12-15 years of coding, I can't believe I'm still getting stuck on code sometimes. Alright, just give me a moment, yeah? I have some files to send so that cooldown can start editing the part 15 video. Let me just find the files that he needs. You know what, maybe I can just show you what I'm looking at. So I just downloaded all the videos on our channel from YouTube. The reason for that is because I want to send the last 2 coding streams to Cooldown so he can start editing everything into a coherent video, and then we can release part 15. I don't think the video is here. The last 2 coding streams were 11 and 12, right? And fortunately they're not here, so I am going to have to, gosh, I'm gonna have to unzip the other file then. There goes this folder. Wait, so now it's working properly? I didn't change anything, but everything seems to be working okay now. And the knife isn't appearing multiple times. So let's check the passives. So this be passive. Yeah. Available passive item. And available. Oh, this shouldn't be here. Somewhere else. So I'm just undoing everything in the code now, because we will test for passives now to see if they're working properly. So same thing here. We do it for each. And we print the name of the passive. So every time a passive appears, the passive should be removed, which means that it shouldn't make sense for the wings to appear twice. It is doing right now. And just give me a moment. The thing is very slow now on the computer because I'm unzipping some files. Let's try this out. I'm just finding stuff on my table to fiddle with while we're waiting for this thing to start. So now knife is appearing twice again. It's ridiculous. I can't figure this at all, you know. Can't figure why all this stuff's happening at all. There you go. Whoa. It's ridiculous that the passive keeps printing itself like multiple times. Spinach Camarola, spinach Camarola. $389 and $384. $389, $384. So my suspicion is that this function may be firing twice. Does it make sense otherwise, the behavior that it has? What? It applies only once? Oh my goodness. Okay, just give me a moment to send the files. My files have finished unzipping. Alright, just give me a moment. Send some files. Okay, I'm gonna. You have no idea how much I'm resisting the urge to just smash my keyboard. Okay, so we have to, but I'm trying to stay rational, and fix this like a rational man. Because smashing the keyboard will not do anything for me. So weapon upgrade. So what I'm doing here is, instead of smashing my keyboard, I am just trying to print some log messages so that we can trace what is wrong with the how the weapon upgrades are being chosen, because the weapons are repeating every time I don't print the variable, which doesn't make sense at all. So when I print the variable, everything seems fine. When I don't print the variable, then everything bugs out. So from my years of programming knowledge, I know that whenever bug happens, it's usually a fault, like 95% of the time. So I'm assuming it's the case, which is what is keeping me from doing this to my keyboard. So let's just do a loop and print out all the names. Or is there a way to convert? Is there a way to... Robert, yeah, I'm a freelance. I wouldn't say I'm a freelancer, but you can definitely say that. So I do a couple of things. I'm not just a freelancer, but everything I do has to do with programming, which is where I get all my experience. To be honest with you, I like coding a lot more than creating content, which is part of the reason why I started doing this stream, because you know, then all of you can see how, like, you know, I can code, but then at the same time content is being created, right? So I'm killing two birds with one stone. I'm not a fan of writing stuff or creating videos. You know, but well, it's cause back in 2 to 3 years ago we had some so it's a bunch of us, and then we have some time, and then we just started creating content. And then once that happened, then we just had to keep rolling on, right? We couldn't just do it halfway and stop. And I guess that was how I ended up here. I don't dislike creating content, but I'm just saying that I like coding a lot more. Just pure coding, locking yourself up in a room. It's what I'm doing now, and just starting to code. You know, I enjoy coding when I can fix the bugs. Not now. Definitely not now. So I come from Singapore, and yeah, so all of us we are from Singapore. We have really great weather now. We have great weather like 2 months in a year. The rest of the time it's just hot. It's just like it's so warm over here that if you just on a rainy day, right? If you just walk to the mall that's 5 minutes away, you just be drenched in sweat. It's how hot here. So these 2 months is the coolest seasons because it's just raining every day. Just even when it's raining, right? When the sun comes out and you walk, and then the wind is cold, we will still sweat. You know, it's just a very humid, very hot place. But it's nice, all things considered. It's the most expensive city in the world now, I hear, but it's still a nice place to live. Just give me a moment. Yeah, I'm just dropping an email to Koktong for the videos for part 50. Okay, I'm back. So let's continue fixing this dumpster fire. Robert, where are you from? Are you a freelancer as well? Or are you working in some other industry? I think it's pretty hard to get a visa here because our government is only interested in individuals above a certain net worth. You know, our government is very practical, and well, I'm not sure if I should get political inside here, but you know, given that we're a small stream, I should be fine. So we are a country that's been doing well, but our government is very practical, and I think way too practical, and probably a little too self-serving at this point as well. You just say that. The past couple of years, I've always been pro-government, but you know, the past couple of years, I think with what happened in the last couple of years, you know, I think start asking more questions about everything. I'm not gonna say anymore. But yeah, you know, so I think it's the same everywhere in the world, you know, it's not just restricted to Singapore. You're from Indonesia. Is a beautiful place. Some of the islands are fantastic. Just the beaches, nice. Food is nice as well. It's very similar to Singapore. So whenever we go there, it's you know, it's like home. It's not like if you go somewhere else, then you know the food is totally different. I think the past couple of years, especially in the last 1 or 2 years, I think I can say that in Singapore, like the sentiment on the ground has changed. Like the trust, we used to trust our government so much. Now it's getting lesser and lesser. Just you know, because of the way they handled the past 2 years, you know. Okay, let's get back to coding. All right, it's coding stream. I will keep my political rants to restricted to my friends, family, where I won't get into trouble. Okay, so just trying to recall what I was doing. What did I? Yes, I have Discord. You can find me on I think it's #TerraSquall or something. We've been wanting to create a Discord server, but I just didn't, because you know, before I do anything, I want to just think through like how like what purpose of it is, right? I haven't had time to think about it yet. So I know somewhere in the forums I said that we would create a Discord server within a month, right? And that was in October and it's still not up. So gotta find time for that. Let's find some time to think through like how the Discord server will work before we deploy that. We created the forums because there were a lot of questions we were getting on the YouTube channel. So we just wanted a place to document everything. That was the reason why the forums were created. So then we didn't have to answer the same questions over and over. And my hope is that within 2 or 3 years, we can just stop answering comments and then just direct everyone to the forums, because all the questions are answered there. Where was I? Oh, so I wanted to go to ChatGPT to ask, how do I print the contents of the list in C? That's the dollar. This is string join. I print the name of, okay. Print the name of all objects. We have two. For each. Okay, let's try this line. For each, we print this would be available weapon upgrade. So print the back name and comma here. So this will be the before and then this will be the after. So after it's removed. So we have test the same thing for passives. So let's just print after. And then let's do the same thing here for upgrade type 2. This will be passive upgrade chosen. And then we print all the passives. So this will be available passive upgrades. After and available passive. Okay, so let's have a look at the console here. Weapon upgrade chosen. Why is everything in separate lines? Knife, garlic, it's garlic. So code has a little bit of a issue. Anyway, this works as well. Weapon upgrade chosen, knife, garlic, after is garlic. Weapon upgrade chosen, garlic, after there's nothing else. And passive chosen. Wing, spinach, pomarola, after spinach, pomarola. Passive upgrade chosen, spinach, pomarola, after. Everything is correct. If everything is correct, that means this part of the code is correct. It means the issue is somewhere else. So the issue might be issue is here then. Okay, looks like we'll undo everything again. Remove all the messages. I think the errors always occur because we always have two of the same objects and then two of the same objects. Which means that something is off. So wings, knife, wings, knife. See that? Or would you guys prefer to use dark mode? Maybe I can try doing dark mode, it might be easier for you guys. Where is dark mode? How to enable dark mode? So I've always used the brighter version, so I'm quite used to it. Go to tools, options, and color theme. Let's try that. There we go. Okay, that should be better, right? So Robert, I'd love to collaborate, but don't have the time right now. I'm sorry. So between doing this series and all my freelance work, I've tried to create games in the past before, but you know, I've just never was able to put together the time. And to create a game, you need a lot of time. So I don't think for the foreseeable future that I would be able to collaborate with anyone to make a game. But if you need any help with the coding anywhere along the way, just feel free to drop me a message on the forums, or if you can find me on Discord, I'm hashtag TerraSquall. I think I'm hashtag TerraSquall. Let me just double check. If you'd like to find me in Discord, I am my number is hashtag 6990, so feel free to reach out to me over there. And of course, I'll prefer if you use the forums, because in the forums, you know, like everything is documented, so you can help everyone else. But if you run into any problems, or let's say if you have general questions about, say, you don't know how you want to approach doing a game in a certain way, you just drop post on the general tab of the forums, and then I'll respond to you as soon as I can. So the point, I'm totally open to pointing you in the right direction if you need help with the coding aspect of things. But as for full-on making a game, sorry, I don't think I'm up for it. Thanks for the offer though. Hi, 秋天枫叶. Thanks for enjoying our series. I'm Chinese as well, so I can read a little bit of Chinese. So thanks for your support. Okay, so we have spent 1.5 hours on this bug. We are still stuck here. Maybe without you guys on, maybe if I'm not on camera, I would be already smashing my keyboard, you know. So I guess I should thank you guys for keeping me from destroying all the computer equipment I have in front of me here. Right now I'm talking more than I'm fixing bugs. So I suspect the problem is somewhere here. So I'm thinking of what to print over here to start checking what the issue is. So when we get here, it means that the selected weapon is chosen weapon. Okay. And here we're just finding if we already have the weapon. And here we already have a weapon. Weapon. First time we are retrieving the weapon. And when we are done here, let's put a bunch of lines over here. And let's test this out. Wings, knife, wings. So the wings appear twice. We want the knife to appear twice, so that we can see what's going on that's causing the knife to appear multiple times. Okay, knife is not appearing multiple times. Oh god, can't get the knife to appear multiple times. Okay, there we go. So we have the knife appearing twice. So select the weapon as the knife, you already have the weapon. Select the weapon as garlic. First time we are receiving the weapon. Oh, you know what? It's because I named my garlic the knife. Goodness, can't believe it. So the icon is also the knife icon, but oh god, I'm so sorry. We just wasted like 1 hour of our time finding a bug that was due to an assignment error. Just didn't update the icon and everything for the knife. This should be damages, enemy area or something. It should be garlic, it shouldn't be knife. So I think this actually fixes the problem. Now we just gotta figure out why wings is appearing multiple times, and my guess is that the spinach is called the wing. So this should be the pomerola, right? And this should be spinach. So there's no problem with the script. There's no problem with the script. Well, sometimes it happens. We do stupid things from time to time. Really silly. I just forgot to update the project files. So all the weapons are different, but they have the same name, and that's why they appear multiple times. That is why I got the error. Now it's fixed. Oh, goodness. Can you imagine if I smashed my keyboard? The keyboard would have died a wrongful death. Like, it just died, just have died and nothing would have been fixed, you know, like, cause it didn't, there was no problem. I'm a loss for words now. Thanks, Robert. Thanks, Chiu Tian. Glad you find the code really a really good base to start with. So is ChatGPT good to help in coding? ChatGPT is amazing. Well, it was amazing. I hear that they have toned down the accuracy of ChatGPT. Used to be really good, from what my students say. Then they find it less good now. So when ChatGPT first started, so I teach a couple of programming classes, and I always tell the students, if you want to use ChatGPT, just don't tell me you're using it, alright? Because I'm not sure what the school's policy is gonna be, and probably when they catch up to it, the school's policy is going to be, well, you can't use it, or you are discouraged from using it. But I say use it because 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 it helps you work faster, and anyway you will have to piece the code together by yourself anyway. Sorry, my thoughts are all over the place now. So if you're learning coding, you can use it, but probably if you're in class and you're doing your homework, try to, you can use it to help you with whatever you're doing. So if you get stuck at a problem, you can ask ChatGPT how to solve that. But you have to understand what is the code that you are writing. You cannot just copy and paste. Regardless of whether you're learning the code from a teacher, you're learning the code from a video, you're learning the code from my stream, or you're learning the code from anyway. So you have to understand what's going on in the code, and the only way to do it is to read the code. You can read our blog articles that explains the code for you, but if you don't actually understand what's going on in the code, it's very hard for you to get better at programming. So in that sense, I would say don't use ChatGPT to do your homework, because then you won't learn. If you use ChatGPT to do your homework, actually I shouldn't say you shouldn't use ChatGPT to do your homework. You should use ChatGPT to do your homework, but you should understand what it's doing for you. And then when you're coding, just go ham and use it. So you have to. So ChatGPT it's only good at certain things, more general questions. So for example, in the past, if I had say if I had some math formula I needed, or if I needed to do some calculation and I didn't want to spend an hour figuring out what the algorithm is, I would ask ChatGPT to do that for me. And then what I would do is, anyway, I have to plug out the code, and I have to reformat it and put it into my own code base. So in that sense, ChatGPT helps you to speed up your workflow. And I'm always trying to find what are the things that I used to be doing manually that I can do with ChatGPT, because we only have 24 hours a day, and there's always so much to do. So with an AI helper, right, to help you do all the hard math or all the hard algorithms, it really helps a lot, because it's just in a way it's just menial work, right? Because it's, for example, you have to figure out maybe a very long, like, what is 2 plus 3 times 5 divided by 4 times 2 plus 6 times 7, right? It's a lot of computation, and you really don't need to do it yourself. You know, you can just put it into a calculator, right? So ChatGPT, in a sense, is a calculator, and I would use it as that. I hope that answers your question. My answer was a little all over the place. So that there's no sense avoiding AI, because AI is just gonna take over everything, and in its early stages, if we can learn how to use it faster than everyone else, then we will be the ones who are benefiting from it the most. Because everyone is gonna learn how to use it eventually. It's a really big thing. Okay, so the last issue that we had is something that Kok Tong just showed to me earlier today, and it's that he noticed that when you have multiple knives, right? So let me just level up knife. So with level 2 of the knife, the cooldown becomes actually longer. So the cooldown for the knife is actually, where is it? Cooldown for the knife is, where is the cooldown? Cooldown. Silly me, it's not under player stats, it's under knife controller. So the cooldown for the knife is, what is the stat? It's 1, right? But you see that the cooldown here is 1.15 something. So you notice that the cooldown was very long. It's longer than usual. And so the reason for that is because, okay, that was a really good spot by him. I never saw it at all. So the problem was with the projectile weapon. And what was his proposed fix? So we add the current cooldown. So his fix was to move this from here over all the way to here. So we do not update the cooldown when we have more than one attack. So we sorry, it's not. Shouldn't put it here. Should put it. Where should we put it? Current cooldown, projectile perfect. This should actually be a plus. Okay, the reason why we don't set the cooldown just to whatever the current stats is, this should be actual stats. Cooldown, do we have an actual stats cooldown? Data actual stats. So data base stats cooldown. Is that right? Data get level. Data current level. Yeah, it should be like that actually. And for here, this. So if we use base stats, the reason why we shouldn't use base stats is because if we use base stats, then it will always give level 1 stats. So it should be current stats. We don't have to retrieve the level data. So it's current stats cooldown, current stats cooldown. So here we have a plus because when the cooldown reduces, sometimes it goes below 0. And if it goes below 0, it means that we waited for more than the amount of time the cooldown is. So then if we just plug the cooldown in, right, what this is going to cause is it will cause the weapon to have more than, for example, if a weapon has 1 second of cooldown. And then in the last frame, right, it goes from, let's say, 0.01 seconds left of cooldown down to minus 0.02. Then we will have minus 0.02 of cooldown, right? And then if we just set it back to, let's say, the cooldown of 1, then the actual cooldown of the weapon will be 1.02, which is something we want to avoid. So then we add the cooldown to the current cooldown instead. So if we have overflowed the cooldown timer, right, the next weapon will cool down a little bit faster, which is why we use a plus equal sign instead of an equal sign. But the problem we have is that every time the weapon refires, right, the cooldown will reset. So for this reason, right, we will have to find a different way to implement this. And one way that we can do this is we can. So the first time the weapon fires, we will set a cooldown. And we can just actually just do current attack count. if current attack count is less than or equals to 0, and then we only set the cooldown if this is the first attack. I think this should fix the issue. So if we have multiple projectiles, okay, this doesn't fix the issue. Clearly it doesn't fix it. Current attack count is less than or equals. Oh, got an idea. If current cooldown is less than 0, then we set the cooldown. This fixes the issue. If this attack is triggered, okay, so this fixes the problem. That's fantastic. So the cooldown is working as intended now. Cooldown is 1, so when the cooldown finishes, looking at this value here, it goes back to 1. Fantastic. Okay, it's working. So I guess we can move on with the rest of the stream now, doing part 60. So I actually have a question for you guys. So you guys, Qiu Tian and Robert, right? You say the code that we have is clean and reusable, right? Are you referring to part 15 of the code, or is it just the entire series as a whole? So have you looked at part 15, the article, and how do you find it? Because if I'm not sure if the article is too difficult to use, or if it's yeah, I just want some feedback because it's a lot of code. And like, you know, the feedback will help me to create better parts in the future as well. So I appreciate your feedback. Let me know if the code for part 15 or the article is difficult to understand, or does it make sense, and do you want more of this content? The entire series, that's fantastic. So as we continue working on the series, right, my hope is for the series to become such that we have a set of project files and you don't have to understand how everything works, but you can just download it, and then right away you can use the series that we have, the project files of the final part, to create the game that you want. So then it's kind of more like modding as opposed to creating an entire game on your own. And modding is a very fast way to learn how to code. In my opinion, at least, like how I learned to code was through modding. I was modding Warcraft 3, I was modding Dota, and then that was where I started my coding journey. And even though I formally went to programming school and I had programming modules, like it wasn't school that taught me how to use programming, code, it was it was actually modding. Modding Warcraft 3 taught me how to code actually. So I'm hoping that by creating this series and at the end of it, by having something you can mod, I hope that it can help you guys learn and help the next generation learn how to code as well. So let me update the article and then we can move on with creating the article for part 16. So for projectile weapon, creating the projectile weapon script. Projectile weapon script, multiple projectiles. Okay, so in cooldown here, we just have to check if current cooldown is less than or equals to 0. I mean the same thing, so and we have this. Reset the cooldown only if this had cooldown. So I think we're ready to start part 16. Everything is in place now. So I'm gonna go, as usual, make myself some hot beverage and to cool myself off from the angst of solving a bug that is not there. I'll be back in 10 minutes and then start working on part 16 of the series.
By the United States Marine Band.
Yeah, I'm back. Didn't smash my keyboard. That's an achievement. It's a great achievement. Means I have leveled up my anger management skills. So learning programming helped me to, well, I had no choice but to improve on my anger management skills, because if I didn't, I would have to buy a lot of keyboards. So for the rest of the stream, we have 2 hours, and piping hot cup of tea. You can't see the smoke from here, right? There's some smoke. Look at it. So piping hot cup of tea, cooling weather, as cool as can get in Singapore. It's fantastic for writing an article. Fantastic weather, great tea, and an audience that appreciates my humor, my keyboard smashing humor. You can start writing the article. So welcome to the site's backend. We use WordPress. I'm sure if you have some web dev experience, it wouldn't be that much of a surprise. We are actually creating a series on how to create your own website portfolio. Jonathan is handling that. So my hope is that it will be out end of this month, and then it'll be probably a 4 or 5 part series. We will create the series without having. So the idea we have right now is that the series, we should be able to create our website without having to touch any code, and then along the way, if there are questions about like how to do certain features that involve code, then we will just add more and more parts. So look out for that. WordPress is a fantastic tool. It takes a while to get used to though, because it's I used to compare WordPress to Unreal Engine. Unreal Engine is a fantastic engine. It's just very difficult to use. WordPress is the same way. But once you start using it, you get used to it. It's a very powerful tool. So that's why we are on WordPress. So the article will be part 16, and we just copy the post. So part 16, creating weapons with the new after the previous created, we revamp the weapon system. I will be showing you in this part how to create some of the more those popular weapons. They're just the more common weapons, right? Commonly seen weapons in other series. For part such as the whip, such as the whip, the garlic, the lightning ring, what other weapons did we have? The whip, the garlic, the lightning ring, the axe, the fire one. Is that it? I don't remember if that is it. Let's check the weapons that we have in our channel. This is pretty funny. I haven't seen our own names yet. We have the lightning ring, the whip, the knife, garlic, fire one. Fire one is a little bit wrong because the fireballs should all be going the same direction. It's not all in different directions. Axe, lightning ring, whip. I think that's about it, right? That's about it. We also have the whip, garlic, axe, fire one, and soul eater. They will also be. No, we're not creating any passive. Because passives are very easy to create. We don't have to create that. Can I get an inline image of it? Start inline image. Let me just grab the whip image. On the whip image. Icon whip. Let's see how this looks. It looks nice. Maybe it's too big. let's leave out the icons for now. Cartoon, do I also use the Unreal Engine? So, well, since the question was asked, I'm a little hesitant to show this, but I guess what the heck, right? So when I was a student, right, we actually created this game. Well, when I say we, it's not the current team that I have. It's when I was a student to use, but you can check it out. It's at least the graphics are pretty. It's not nice, but I mean, it's a little hard to play, but the graphics are pretty, so you can have a look if you're interested. This was done in 2010. That was 14. It's 2024 now, right? It's 14 years ago. So yeah, I've used Unreal. I much prefer Unity because Unity is a lot easier to use. It's more, I guess it's more flexible, but you can't really compare how things are like today with how things were like then. Back in 2010, there was barely any documentation or any guides on how to create games. So everything that you were doing, you were just doing by yourself. Like now you have 10,000 guides online, you know. You have different content creators creating different kinds of games and showing you how roughly you can do things. So it's a very different atmosphere now. I'm sure there are a lot of tutorials for Unreal now as well. It should be easier to develop for Unreal now than it was 14 years ago. So there you go. I think I probably have to install my project file what we have. So just give me a moment. Yeah, it's 14 years ago. It's a long time ago. I'm not young. My only benefit is because I'm Asian, so all Asians look young. I think you're an Asian as well, right? Most of us here are Asians, so we all look young. We have small eyes, and then we can be 40 plus and you still look young. Also, if you go to Europe and you look at the Caucasians, they age very fast. Like in their 30s, they look like they're 40. In our 40s, we look like we are 30, right, or 20. So I guess pros and cons. Different races have different strengths, different drawbacks as well. Okay, I'm gonna restore my project files to how they were before. Let me just save a copy of the project. I'm just gonna pull the code from all the past streams that I have made. I think it's easier that way. Just back up a copy of the assets file. Would y'all be interested in a guide on Git and GitHub? How do you use it? Because Git and GitHub are very powerful ways to manage projects, and it's all free. So we use Git to manage multiple versions of our projects, and we are able to roll back to any version that we have. And then this is very helpful when you're creating guides and stuff. So if you guys think that a guide for Git is helpful, I can put something in the works. Git is a little bit hard to teach, but we can work something out. So let me know if you guys are interested in learning about Git or GitHub. In the meantime, I am going to store my files all the way to what I've done before the new year went around. all the weapons that we have had. So I will have to remove all these, change files, and bring back the entire project, the real project. So cartoon, you want to know how to use Git, you only use GitHub. What do you want to know? I can actually show you some stuff now while we're waiting for Unity to load. Or maybe I can just run through what things that I use the most. So with Git, right, I use Git to manage all my projects. So by GitHub, I assume you mean GitHub Desktop, right? So if you use GitHub Desktop, there is just one thing that GitHub Desktop cannot do, to my knowledge. So GitHub Desktop can do all the branching and stuff, right? Which I'm sure you know about. Let me know if you don't know about that. What GitHub Desktop doesn't allow you to do is it doesn't allow you to revert your projects. So for example, if you want to roll back your project all the way here, right? If you do a revert changes in commit over here, this will add one more commit and then you will just bring the files up like that, which is problematic because when you do this, then this will mess up the entire history of the project. So I'm hesitant to, can I do this? If I revert the changes over here, then what you'll see is that you see one extra commit over here, which is not what you want. Yeah. So then you have a problem over here, right? Because reversion is actually a lot easier than this. So what I like to do when I want to revert is I don't revert using GitHub Desktop because this adds one more extra commit. So what I like to do is the only thing that you need to use Git for is to revert stuff. So I will use Git bash. And how do you get Git bash? You get it by going to Git SCM, I think. So Git bash is the command line version of Git, and it's what GitHub is based on. So if you have Git bash, you can just go to Git bash, and then from here you can do a Git log to get all your old commits. So you see here the revert that you did here is actually a commit, which is not what you want. You want to roll back, right? So the rolling back is actually, let's say I want to roll back to this version. So what I'll do then is I'll just copy the commit hash, and then I'll just do git reset, and then you can do either a soft reset or a hard reset. And then I'm going to do a hard reset, which is I'm going to delete all the files that all the changes I've made so far, all the way back here. So once you do a hard reset, whatever commits that you have on top, right, over here I have a commit that's not pushed. So then if I have commits that are not pushed, they will just roll all the way back. So then what I'll see here is, you'll see it's almost like I haven't put the files. So a hard reset is super useful. And then the other thing we have also is, see, with the hard reset, I removed the revert as well. So you never want to push a revert into the branch, because when you push a revert in, what I mean is you never want to push a revert into GitHub, because this will mess up your entire project structure. So by having reversions, it allows you to very easily roll back to an older version on local copy without affecting the copy on GitHub. And there are 3 kinds of reverts, but I mainly only use 2, or there are 3 kinds of resets, and I mainly only use 2. I use either a hard reset or a soft reset. So the soft reset is there when you want to see changes. So for example, if I make a bunch, if I want to see all the changes that I have from, say, these 3 commits, right? What I can do is, let's say I want to start from here, I want to see from here to here what are the changes. What I can do is I can do a soft reset. So same thing, I'll do a git log. And then let's say this here is make the joystick appear in simulator view, right? So make the joystick appear in simulator view. I'll copy the hash, and then I can do a git reset soft. and if I revert things like that, then in GitHub Desktop you see I'll be able to see all the changes that were made from the last 3 commits. So these 2 commands are very useful. The rest of the things you can do with GitHub Desktop. So if you use that, you should already be familiar with that. So these are the tricks I use. So I use Git not only for Unity, I use Git also for my web dev projects, and I do the same thing with it. It's just especially useful for this tutorial because you know, in our articles we log the changes as well. Like we record all the changes that we make. So then having GitHub help us to track the changes is fantastic. So after the previous part where we revamped the weapon system, I will be showing you in this part how to create some of the more commonly seen weapons in the Vampire Survivor series, such as the Whip, the Garlic, the Lightning Ring, the Axe, the Fire One, and the Sword Eater. I'm thinking about how I should organize the article. And these are the weapons we have, right? Scriptable objects. Fire One, Garlic Knife, Lightning Ring, Sword Eater, Whip. So by the end of this part, you should have a drop down with all these different weapons in. So I guess my first order of business would be to copy and paste all the codes in. No, let's, such as the Garlic, the Whip, the Lightning Ring, Axe, Fire One, Sword Eater. Garlic. In the previous part, the codes for the Garlic weapon were shared. As well as we will explain. I will explain what does in this part. So let's drop the code in one more time. Garlic uses the aura weapon. Aura weapon. Am I sharing my screen? I'm sharing my screen, right? Aura weapon. Is the music still on? The main set of code responsible garlic weapon was camera weapon, aura weapon, projectile weapon, previous responsible for game severe handling the overall behavior of the weapon. The main script that powers the main effect of the garlic, that is the damaging aura. Infect garlic, damaging aura, provided aura script. Okay. Aura weapon. The aura weapon is just really important. The garlic weapon, trying to rephrase this to make it sound simpler. The garlic weapon is mainly our script that the aura script, which is responsible for the dealing of damage. The damage that the weapon does when it comes in contact with the aura script. it is coded quite differently. The old weapons. When damage. I'm gonna record an example of garlic in the old system, which means I have to roll back my code again. So let's pull out the magic of it. So it log. I roll it back all the way to part 12. Here, this is done by Xavier. So in the old system, this is how the garlic works. So the garlic appears, main table. Let me pull out a screen here. Do we have any old garlic facts? Then we can just use that. Old garlic images. Then we can just use that, right? Garlic boost. The original garlic. Where was the original garlic? Hold it. It is in quite different. How the garlic behaves. You know what? Let's just hit it in Vampire Survivors to get a recording of garlic. We don't happen to have any images of the garlic website, do we? Garlic. Nope. Don't think so. Do we have footage of that? Garlic. Oh, we have footage here. So we don't need to do this. Maybe we do. The footage isn't very good. Let's record one more copy of that. Okay, I think we got pretty good footage of that. Okay, we can quit the game now. Sorry, it didn't show what I wanted to show. I wanted to show that enemy can stay in the region for multiple cooldowns and it will just continue to get back. So I will need a level with not as many enemies, then I can show this properly. Enemies die too fast here though. Maybe I can try a different level. Doesn't really get me what I want as well. Oh, dairy plant. Did it die in one hit? Die in one hit. Keep giving me weapons, you know. It's a problem. Oh, what's that? Oh wait, we can use this level, huh? Everything dies in one hit though. I need to find something that doesn't die in one hit. Might this level be the answer? No, this dies in one hit as well. Actually, the hits don't die in one hit, right? Because I'm getting damaged. There we go. I think that's better. That's better footage, I guess. Not really as well, right? Doesn't really show what I want to show. How else can I show this? Maybe I can roll the project forward a couple of commits, and I can show this with the damage coding text, which is here. So we can roll back all the way here actually. Might be better. You garlic effect. Added floating text when damaged. There we go. So here we set hard. So we have new garlic effect. Let me just zoom in the character a little bit. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cripple this bat by disabling the enemy move. Oh, this nasty guy is still moving. I will also remove the spawn manager. Where is the spawn manager? Enemy spawn. And delete all the bats here. Maybe not the last one. There's a bat that's already crippled. We'll keep him. Remove the rest of the bats. The gems as well. Let's just take away the gems. And then we can show the garlic in action just using this bat. Let's make the bat's health a lot higher. Can we do that? Enemy stats. Enemy has no health. So you see how tedious creating an article can be, right? We have to record footage, and we have to get images that look correct, that show what we are trying to show. So it's a little bit of a hassle to create a tutorial series, especially a good one, which is why I've been hesitant to put the article together over December. Or rather, I was dreading it, dreading having to put the article together. But someone has to do it, like I said. So eventually I got to it, and here we are, recording footage for part 60. what I'm doing here is I'm just reducing the number of frames that the GIF has, so it doesn't take up a lot of space. So the site loads faster. When you open the article, it doesn't take forever to load the images and all. It's the old garlic weapon. That is the GIF name. Yes. On. We represent how the garlic behaves as a rabbit. Yeah. Oat, garlic. The survivor game order. It's constantly on. The aura spirit there. Everything here is meant to more resemble it will damage cooldown, there. I'm gonna be right back in a bit. I'm just gonna get myself another cup of tea. Just quick refill, I'll be back. Probably 5 minutes. Oh, I see I'm muted. Silly me, I forgot to unmute myself. Not that it mattered anyway, you know, because I didn't do a lot of talking. Coffee. What's this? Crossword. Primary. Most important variable in the aura script is the affected target dictionary. This has got to be the hardest script to explain. I'm trying to put everything into words as much as I can. A dictionary is similar to an array, except that with arrays, we retrieve data from it by using numerical indexes. For example, retrieves the fourth and retrieve data from a dictionary. We can use any index. For example, because every item a dictionary is stored a key value. For example, in a third place. And before cooldown of all enemies that have been damaged by the last two. Okay. Cooldown is 0, 0. He will be removed. Next, provide a way for uncheck whether the eligible to be damaged. The items in the character book. Dictionary managed by the cooldown depletes below 0 with the frame. The update will damage the enemy. enter to the trigger on this thing. Which add an enemy to the affected target dictionary. Please also get the trigger enter to the script. And the enemy the dictionary with a cooldown of 0 so that it instantly gets attacks the garlic. So the on trigger exit removes that is leaving the radius of the aura. It does not do so instead. It adds the enemy into the targets to remove it. Waits for the enemies cooldown to finish. The reason it is done this way, maybe you can move this somewhere else. Huh? Good. Cooldown of the enemy that is marked removal. This is because if we do not do it this way, the enemy, it will be possible to damage the enemy by moving with that. In the aura weapon script allow us to the aura weapon break down in this vector for any data. Most of the functionality is provided by the aura itself. Aura weapon script. Adds the aura, create aura to the player. Saves the weapon. Updates the stats of the garlic aura when the weapon level is up. increases the area of just like we set up a projectile prefab for the knife. We also set up the forearm prefab for So I'm restoring the project back to its latest version so that I can show you the prefab for the garlic. Weapon, aura. Laura needs 4. Form which Laura script we just do that right if the circle slider text enemies enter the area upload provide the effect of the set up the particle system download sprite video Great. Follow this with so this is our garlic effect. There we go.
white as snow.
Signing the valid aura prefect. So create data set fetch reference for player inventory. Where is the player inventory section? Most importantly, we will assign the aura back. Just create the aura prefect field of the reference. Re-add the character. Re-add the character and character selector. Updating the menu scene. This is what we want. So I think we're done with the garlic section of part 16. Thanks for staying with me all the way, if you're still here anymore. So I'm gonna save this draft and then we'll wrap up the stream for today. So I'm sorry that there's not much coding. I was planning to use this stream to put together part 16 and then we can roll out part 16 and at a much faster rate than part 15 was. So again, thanks for tuning in. Thank you for all the support that you guys have gave in the form of messages earlier on in the stream. Really appreciate it. So as usual, I'll see you guys and girls next Tuesday. Stay safe and have a great week ahead.